Well, hello and happy evening to you there. How you doing? Welcome to Jazz After Dark. We are financial advisors here, and we're wrapping up our whiskey tasting from Japan, thanks to Flaviar, the people we work with there, or the people we buy from. We don't work with them. And by tasting some Ikiku, 8-year-old sherry cask koji. I don't know what koji is, to be honest with you. Supposedly fruit, pepper, citrus, and cardamom. I actually don't know what that tastes like. While I sample this, I have a question for you. What happened to you? You know what I mean? I'm going to play the disappointed dad thing here for a second. What happened to you? You had such bright, futures. You were so ambitious, and now you're just not doing a whole lot. What happened to you? By the way, that is very peppery, light on the fruit. I would say more spicy citrus, maybe more of a lemon kind of a zing to it. 8-year-old sherry cask koji. It is called Ikiku. I'll give it a B plus for what it is, but I'm not a big fan of sherry cask type whiskeys. There, I always find it has more of. You would think it'd be fruitier, and it's just earthy. So not my favorite, but not horrible there. Ikiku. What happened to you? We get data. We obviously track the comments, and we get data from all our clients, and now we have 8,000 clients all over the country, and just emails coming in nonstop about this and that. And I almost don't even need to watch the news. I can tell what's going on in the news by the questions I get, which is good because it means you're in tune, you're paying attention to what's going on. But it's also bad because something's changed. And just to be sort of honest for a moment, something's changed out there. When Bitcoin was a thing, all right, certain amount of education, certain amount of respect for the risk there, and fine, go have fun with it. When pot stocks actually weren't all that popular, a lot of people were interested, but it didn't really catch on with people, I think, in the masses like maybe was presented to us. GameStop and AMC, that was really just the kids and people throwing a few bucks at something just to see what happens. That wasn't a craze or anything. It was just a temporary blip on the screen. But what about the FIRE movement people? The financial independence, retire early. Not my thing. I don't want to retire early. I love what I do. But where'd y'all go? What about all of you that said, I'm just going to do right by my dollars and try to figure out how to get to that next level, whatever it is. You don't have to be a billionaire. Everybody's got different goals. It really feels like, and again, this is coming from a large data set. I'm not just guessing and taking shots here. I'm not promoting anything, by the way. But it really feels like, I don't know if it's political, economical, maybe just regionally it's somehow spread. It really feels like people are now taking the mindset of, I just go let my money die in gold and precious metals and whatever. And, I can't make any money anyways, so that's it. What happened? How did we just lose the energy, the drive, the passion to get this done? I'm not feeling it. Oh, I'm going to go start a side hustle. That's all out the window. I never hear that question anymore. Dustin, I'm going to save up and I'm going to focus on how to maybe get into starting a drone business, or I wanted to do this thing I've always been passionate about. It's gone. I don't get any of that. There are some clients that are in the process of building a house or making a transition major in life because they have to. There's just, where'd it go? All this does, it just comes down to money. Myself personally, my dream, this is now going on over 20 years. I've had a particular dream in mind, and it's not the company Jazz. That's been great, but I'm an aviation nut. Love it. I've been flying forever. I love everything about it. And I've had a particular dream which involves a major purchase for me. And I've planned it out. I've thought through it. I watched prices go up and down. I've thought like, okay, this is the time. Oh my God, I'm not ready and all this stuff. But I never lost the drive or the ambition. And now I'm at that point where I'm really wanting to pull the trigger. It's the right timing. I feel good about it. But I just don't see that out of people. And I'm trying to pinpoint it. Like, what's going on? Is it the lack of maybe us being able to quantify the decisions we're making or seeing the dollars or something? For example, and I'm not going to go, this is not a nest egg class, but this is Louis Armstrong, and we are basing this off of a sample client who was trying to retire early. Couldn't do it, wasn't working. So we picked and we scratched and clawed and we found a way to make this happen. And let me show you here. It all boiled down to cash flows. And so this is a fancy way to look at this, but we were trying to figure out what do cash flows look like at age 50. See how we've got his current age 50. He wants to retire somewhere in this little window. And we were trying to track where the money's going and look for obvious things that we could play with. I don't like using this one. I like this one myself, where I can see the dollars coming in, the dollars going out, and I can look for weaknesses. And of course, my favorite is to play over here, look in the cash flows. So I'm more than comfortable doing this and making this happen. We're not there yet with this client, by the way. They're still not looking good, but we've got some work to do. Those of you that want to retire early, don't give up. People are like, well, the stock market. I'm like, what about the stock market? It's going up. It's a great year so far. It's average at this point. It's above average at this point, but on track to be average, I should say. So nope, I don't buy that as an excuse. Well, the economy, not much has changed there. We just talked about that on the Jazz After Dark. I actually shared the data with you that the growth rate of the economy is not amazing, but it's still there. There's no immediate slowdown or anything. Well, the tech companies are laying off people. Are you in tech? Right? And even so, if you lost your job, do you just give up? It just blows my mind there. So yes, you may have some different targets or different strategies now. That's all that's happened. You were once thinking, oh my God, I can't save money in my savings account. It doesn't pay anything, right? Now the strategy is, well, okay, my savings account pays stuff, but that darn inflation is taking money away. What do? I got to go after some growth. I got to do something. Don't go put your money in gold. I mean, you really, it just kills me. It really kills me. Think about it this way, and here's the tip. This is going to be my tip for the day. I didn't mean to make this a rambling video. Again, it's more of a disappointed dad. What would your parents have told you if you had lost your ambition along the way to achieve a goal? And I'm not saying monetarily. Maybe you wanted to go to college or start a business or family or whatever. What would your parents have said to you if you said, I just don't feel it anymore. I see the weak economy. Maybe you believe in what the president's doing. Maybe you don't. Whatever it is, we're just not our strongest self right now in America, and we'll come around. But, something happened. What would your parents tell you? Would they tell you okay, play it safe for a while, son, daughter, whatever. Go play it safe. No, I would not tell my kid that. My answer would be, you have these struggles. That strategy needs to shift. And I would give the example of Apple. I would say, think about Apple. Apple started as a hardware company. They sold iPhones, iPads, and the iPod, right? And they sold a bunch of them. And then what happened? Things changed. They said, oh my God, we sold so many iPod pads and whatevers that nobody really needs them anymore. Uh-oh, we can't make money selling things like that anymore. What are we going to do? Well, we'll have to shift into a services business. Now we're going to offer services that go into that stuff. They had to shift in order to maintain their growth and be as strong as they are. You had a path which was fine for a while, and now the world has shifted a little bit and you've got to adjust. The answer is not, let my money die in gold, silver, or money market accounts, some long-term bond, and just hope for the best. The answer is, well, what will people look for next? They're not going to just bow down and be quiet and take whatever's coming to them. They're going to say, well, what else is interesting? Well, here's an idea. How about AI? Right? What's next? What's up and coming? It's AI. And I don't mean, search AI and some of the basic fun stuff. I mean what's called generative AI. Things that essentially replace production, things that can achieve your growth, things that can reduce your task time. It's generative AI. So why not, I'm not saying take the risk, but in some sense, AI is not a risk. It's not like a gamble. It's something that is going to happen. Salesforce.com, incorporating it like crazy and in a really cool way, I might add. This is here. It's almost its own weird little technological asset class in a way. Whereas gold is what? What is it? It derives its value not from production anymore. It derives its value from the value that somebody will pay for it. People are chasing it right now. So instead of saying that, well, my goals were, they were sort of halted by whatever changed in the economy, you go, my goals need to change. I want the same goal, but my strategy needs to change. I don't know what it is. I need to go a different direction and figure it out. You might be dealing with this in business right now. But in no circumstance do you just stop and let your money go die. That part really bothers me. And as a company, we grow when we do right by your money. And I'm telling you this right now, this is a separate topic, but in the advisor world, the materials that come out to advisors, the publications, they're teaching, how do you talk to a client that wants to invest in gold? And they're telling them basically, let them know the data and the pitfalls of investing in gold, but then just go ahead and do it anyways, for fear that you may lose the account. That is horrid advice. Just do whatever the client feels like anyways. So here as a company, we only grow if we grow your account. If you get emotional and nervous about things, it's totally understandable. You're going to do it. I get emotional when my air condition breaks at home until I call somebody and they say, well, it's really not a big deal. We just fixed this, right? It happens. You have that profession, that skill set, that knowledge. So my answer is no. Give me a good reason why you should just stop, quit, bow down, and say go to invest in precious metals for no other reason other than you feel like that's the place to go. Because you saw something that was very general, was not specific, and you said, well, that must be where I need to go. Don't do it. Ask yourself, what do I need to do to keep pushing this train forward? Don't give up. That just kills me. So anyways, that's what I have for you tonight. A little bit different, I know. I wanted to kind of share a little bit of your cash flows and nest egg, and this is what we need to do. This is maybe time to dig a little deeper. Ask your advisor, I feel like I'm in a bad spot. I feel like I'm not pushing forward. I want to go and buy a bond. Can you stop that feeling for me? Can you tell me that I'm doing the right thing? And maybe the answer is no, you're not doing the right thing. Suck it up, deal with it, and justify the reason why you're doing something with your money. All right? That's all I got. I have a feeling there's a lot more butt whoopings coming you guys' way based on what I'm seeing out there. Again, we can see the tide. I can see people asking questions. The big one right now is what if we're not the big reserve currency? Okay, time to study a little history, right? This has happened in the past. We will likely be talking about that quite a bit, but focus and push yourself. Don't ever lose the ambition, the emotion, your drive that pushes you towards whatever in here tells you that means success. That's where I want to be. Fight through it. And if you need help fighting through it, jazzwealth.com. There's your marketing. Enjoy. See ya.